Chime is the largest and fastest growing company in the challenger banking space, and we offer our members FDIC insured checking accounts, savings accounts, and a Visa debit card. And definitely one of the key features that consumers love about the product is that we give them their payday up to 2 days early. Typically, for about 80% of people that sign up for Chime and redirect their payroll into our accounts, we can give them their payroll a few days early. And the reason for that is the way that payroll systems typically work is that your employer usually starts that process on a Tuesday night and initiates the transaction through the Federal Reserve's ACH system. And when we get a notification on Wednesday that you're due to get paid on Friday, we release those funds immediately.
But that's basically it's in advance, right? I mean, what you're doing, and there's no reason other banks couldn't or shouldn't do the same thing, but it's in advance, right? So you're making the money available to me, but in a way you're taking some of that risk, right?
It's a no-fee advance on that payday for that paycheck, and it's really minimal risk because once a transaction is initiated by an employer and runs through ADP or one of the big payroll systems, the chance of the money not coming through is very low. I mean, to date, we've advanced over $4 billion of paychecks to members using Chime, and we haven't once had the money not show up on Friday.
Yeah, no, because it'd be the risk of the employer not pay, which again is very low. But why stop at Wednesday? Why not say, hey, Kelly, you can get, what if the next bank comes out and says, Kelly, Chime's going to give you your paycheck on a Wednesday, I'll give it to you on a Monday?
Well, we're definitely looking at new ways and new services to offer to our members beyond just a low-fee checking account that doesn't rely on monthly fees and overdrafts. We recently acquired a company called Pinch that's in the credit building space, and we've made a couple of key hires over the past 6 months or so. So definitely look to us adding additional products and services and around credit and lending over the next few months.
Okay, I'll come back to that because I'm curious what those may be. I just have a question on overdrafts, which I'm glad that you mentioned. So let's say my paycheck's $500 and I get it on a Wednesday and I spend $600 and, hey, that's an overdraft. How does Chime treat that?
Well, the first, we would let you transact up to the $500 in the account, and historically we would simply stop the transaction at $500. But we're actually looking at launching a new service that will let you go negative in the account without having to charge a $35 overdraft fee, like pretty much every major bank in America does today.
And how would you just kind of, I know you don't want to give any competitive sauce here, but it does feel like this is an area ripe for innovation. How would you do that, provide overdraft service without the cost?
Well, we'd use our balance sheet, and we would only offer it to consumers that had been with us and that we have a deep relationship. They're getting direct deposit and so forth. But you're right; it's a huge opportunity. If you just, if you look at the amount of overdraft fees that are paid in America, it's over $30 billion. And all of the big banks, they just reported earnings in the last week or so. They all generate between $1 billion and $1.5 billion a quarter in fees from overdraft fees and service fees on deposit accounts. And it's really hard for them to change that. Even Bank of America actually announced last quarter that they were going to reduce, they sort of made their overdraft fees a little bit more lenient, and they reduced their fee income by 4%. And the result was the stock was down 2.5% after earnings. So it's very hard for these larger institutions that are so reliant on fee income to make their checking account economics work to wean off. So I think it's a huge opportunity for us and probably some other innovators as well. Yeah,
and we'll see if that new business model allows for some different kinds of products. You guys are valued now around $1.5 billion, I guess, as of the latest fundraise. So is an IPO next?
That's not on our short-term roadmap. Our real focus is just adding additional products that help our core consumer, which tends to be an everyday American that is just fed up with paying big bank fees. They tend to be a little bit younger, and they really value being able to have the control of getting access to their checking account and managing all of their money right on their phone. So they always know where they stand, and it's just really resonating having a brand that is authentically trying to help our consumers get ahead and not be so reliant on fees. We also have services that help our members save money automatically. And that's something that people really, really love. We live in a country where there's very limited amounts of savings, and so we help people do that more effectively, really by using technology.